And he was just like, well, if we don't name this one that, you gotta do an album called Faith of a Mustard Seed.
Y'all don't know that's insensitive to my kids? Shit, you ain't gotta pray for me, just pray for them.
Well, you took a break from us, 5 years. So finally you came back. Why was now the time?
I think just working out the kinks of like what I wanted people to hear from me, life, just lifing, you know, like
Life will, life
lifing and just taking my time.
Outside, bold and beautiful for the summer. She don't wait on men, but wait a minute for the summer.
And so you decided to name the album Faith of a Mustard Seed. Now, do you feel like the energy from Nipsey and what you learned from those conversations, did that kind of like transfer into the music and how you created this project?
Yeah, it kind of is weird how it came about because I had a whole nother title for this album and I started making music going towards that. And then I was talking to my mom one day on the phone. She's like, you need to make me a song for my, like something that I would like, something the older, you know, something for me. And she's a really big Luther Vandross fan. And I sampled a song from Luther Vandross, but I grew up hearing so much Luther Vandross in the house. Like I'm talking about die-hard Luther Vandross. And once I made that song, Masego played on the song, Ty's on the song, Charlie Wilson on the song. And once I did that, I was just like, this album ain't going the way that I intended. I wanted it to be like really grungy and when I made that song, it was so soft because it was for my mom. I think that moment, like, okay, I can't call this album that. When I thought about that whole thing of like the Faith of a Mustard Seed, both of my grandparents passed in COVID, from COVID, and it was just like, what was going on? And then, you know, I lost friends, I got divorced and all that type of stuff. So it was just like, I just feel like God was just moved, like it was so much going on at one time or that time span. And it was just like, I don't know. It's just like, I think this whole album is contributing to like, it's not a gospel album. I don't want people to think that, but it was like, I feel like right now where I'm at in my life is I can only contribute. And up until this point, I can only contribute my success and what I'm going through and feeling and how he's removed people from my life to God.
And I mean, you got a lot of help on the record as well. You got some amazing stuff. You got, so of course, Future, Ty, Splash, you got Kodak Black, Blue Bucks Chance. So when you have the connections and the weight of the hip hop industry with you, how do you decide who you want on the project?
It's not as easy as people think. It's like, I think people think I can just call people and be like, hey, Future, get on this song.
That's what I thought.
Definitely not that easy. It's like chasing, like, I don't even know how to explain it. If I explained it, nobody would believe me.
Well, are you just texting them, or do you got to hit up the label?
No. We all got personal relationships. Everybody on my album, I got a personal relationship. It might not be as personal. Some are more personal than the others, but every one of them I can text and be like, hey, I need you to do this. Now, how long it's gonna take me to text them? I don't know. How long it's gonna take me to get a song? I have to just be persistent. Even Future, like when I talk to him, I'm sure if I was to text him right now, I'm like, hey, I need you on the song. Like, well, you always say you need me on the song. This is the one and this is the one. Because I've made him do maybe five songs for this album. I got the one that I wanted eventually.
Oh, so that's a bit of your workflow. You kind of like try to get a lot and then decide
get
what you want.
the best one. And then as far as like putting people on the album, it's like, okay, I think that's a gift of mine too. It's like, I think Blue Bucks would sound good with 42 Doug. I don't think anybody ever heard that, or Yachty and Blue Bucks. When I do that, you know, I try to go for things that people have never heard. So I would go for like a Yachty, Blue Bucks, and 42 and put them all together and try to get the best thing, but I always keep it West Coast and stay to my tempo. I'm not saying I won't, but I typically don't do like trap music on my albums because I don't make trap music. I make LA turn stuff, so I kind of try to bring everybody to my world. Not to say I can't make trap, I can, but for my albums is a certain thing I'm trying to convey to everybody. I'm trying to build a sound here so it's easier for our artists to then, you know, take this sound and make it as big as possible.
Faith of a Mustard Seed is out July 26th.